There are a number of misconceptions surrounding mental health. There's an enormous stigma. Britain is a country, perhaps more than any other, where you might say that the national emotion is embarrassment. And nowhere is that clearer than when it comes to issues of mental health. We're addressing a real crisis. 1 in 4 people in any given year suffer from a mental health condition. The greatest cause of death amongst men under the age of 35 is suicide.
My first overdose was in 2003, December. I felt I had no future. I couldn't hold down work. I genuinely believed that the people around me, for all the hurt I was causing them, would be better off if I wasn't there.
Bipolar changed my personality by making me the person that I didn't ever want to be. I was very, very low. My self-confidence, self-esteem and self-worth went. I just felt very sort of isolated, and I felt like I couldn't talk to friends and family because I couldn't really express what was going on. I knew there was something wrong, but I couldn't put it into words how I felt.
When I was in hospital, physical restraint would happen quite regularly to me. I spent most of the 90s, which was my 20s, in and out of hospital with 5 really serious admissions. It was just an unimaginably fearful experience, and I felt quite scared, isolated, not had many people to turn to.
Someone mentioned Mind to me. I went down one evening and I was fortunate that one of the staff there was able to spend some time with me. He just reassured me that what I was living through was perfectly normal. I began to develop relationships and friendships with people who I could actually speak openly with about my mental illness. People who, as I put it, they got it.
My first experience of Mind was through a recovery centre in Hackney called IRE Mind. Just went there and it was fantastic staff, discussion groups, art, empathy, compassion is at the forefront of their organisation.
They really do help people, and they care as well, and it's very, very obvious that they're there because they want to help people, not just because it's their job.
There's something really extraordinary about the Mind Network and the work we do with people with lived experience of mental health problems. Sometimes people come to us because they need our help and support, but as they receive that help and support, they often then become part of our movement for change.
I got in touch with the media team and they asked me if I would like to be involved in a couple of the projects.
Over the last couple of years we've been campaigning on the issue of restraint, which is when somebody's being held down against their will. Gary was very involved in the campaign from the start, and he really helped to bring the campaign to life by sharing his very traumatic experiences so that people could understand what it feels like to be restrained.
Just sharing that lived experience, which is so important. A lot of the experiences, once you talk about them, I'm sure it does take away a lot of the fear and normalises it a bit.
Because Solent Mind have helped me, I want to give back and help others because of the fantastic work they did with me. They started coming up with different ideas that I could do, and one of them was to start going into colleges. My name's Avi and I'm from the mental health charity Solent Mind, and we raise awareness and understanding of mental health in a project that I run called Heads Up, which is for young people, and just to get an understanding of what mental health is and how important it is to talk about mental health.
I thought, you know what, I'm going to raise some money for Mind, because I'd never forgotten the impact that Mind had had on my life. I'm now currently approaching the end of 12 months of fundraising for Mind.
It was the most amazing experience of my life, running the Virgin Money London Marathon for Mind. The crowds were absolutely fantastic. Mind constantly say that no one should live with a mental illness alone, and that's my mission, to help them to achieve that and help others in the same way that they helped me those years.
We are Mind, and we are working together to make a huge difference for now and the future.